In this chapter, we will discuss about the types of CPR indicator so that we can decide the market direction. So type 1 and 2 is going to be narrow and wide CPR. So what is a narrow CPR? Let's say today the three CPR lines are very narrow, then it is called as narrow CPR. And let's say today if all the three CPR lines are very wide, then it is going to be a wide CPR. So why does a narrow CPR happens? Basically, if the previous day's open, high, low and close values are closer to each other, then today we will get a narrow CPR as per the formula. Now, basically, if the previous day is going to be a range bound day, then today we will get a narrow CPR. And how do we get a wide CPR? If previous day is a trending day, then open, high, low and close values will be far enough. So this will lead to a wide CPR based on the CPR calculations. So to keep it simple, if the previous day is a range bound day, then today we can expect a narrow CPR. And if previous day is a trending day, then today we can expect a wide CPR. Now, what is the significance of this narrow and wide CPR? Now, whenever there is a narrow CPR, we can anticipate a trending market. And whenever there is a wide CPR, we can anticipate a range bound market. On a narrow CPR day, if the candles are sustaining above this daily CPR, then there are higher chances the market is going to be bullish. And if the candles are trading below this daily CPR, then there are higher chances that particular day is going to be bearish. So, on a narrow CPR day, it's a day for option buyers and it's a day for directional option sellers. So you can expect a trending move and you should avoid non-directional strategies. On the other hand, on a wide CPR day, you can expect the market to be range bound. Whether the market is above daily CPR or below daily CPR, wherever the market is trading, it is expected to be a range bound market. So it is a day for non-directional option sellers. So basically people who are focusing on directional option selling and people who are doing option buying should probably avoid trading on that particular day. So this is type 1 narrow and wide CPR.
If you're looking to include CPR, that is Central Pivot Range, into your intraday trading, then we have a course made just for you. Made with Gomathi Shankar, Price Action Using CPR is our newest addition at the Upsurge course. You'll learn everything about this indicator in this course alongside strategy deployment and also risk management strategies. The link to the course is in the description. Subscribe now.
Now let's talk about type 3 and 4 ascending and descending CPR. Now what is a ascending CPR? Now if today's CPR levels are higher than the previous day's CPR levels, then it is called as ascending CPR. Same way, now if today's CPR levels are lesser than the previous day's CPR levels, then it is a descending CPR. Now for example, let's say yesterday's CPR levels are 100, 110 and 120. And if today's CPR levels are 150, 160 and 170, then today's CPR levels are higher than the previous day's CPR levels. So this clearly denotes we are having a ascending CPR. Now on a ascending CPR day, we can expect the market to be bullish. So for a bullish market to happen on a ascending CPR day, the candles should open and it should trade only above daily CPR. Only then ascending CPR would be valid. If the candles are opening below daily CPR, then it is not at all a ascending CPR. So basically, whenever the ascending CPR happens, the candle should mandatorily trade above daily CPR. Only then we can look for bullish trend to continue. Generally, ascending CPR also denotes the overall market is bullish. So whenever there is a ascending CPR, we should focus only on long position and we should probably avoid taking short positions. On the other hand, let's talk about descending CPR. Descending CPR happens when today's CPR levels are lesser than the previous day CPR levels. Now, for example, let's say yesterday's CPR levels are 150, 160 and 170 and today's CPR levels are 100, 110 and 120. So now today's CPR levels are lesser than the previous day CPR levels. So this denotes descending CPR. Whenever there is a descending CPR, we can expect the market to be bearish. So we should focus only on short positions and we should avoid taking long positions. Whenever a descending CPR occurs, we want the candles to trade mandatorily below daily CPR. Only then it clearly denotes the trend is bearish. If the candles are trading above daily CPR, then it is not considered as a descending CPR. So, on these descending CPR days, we should focus only on short positions and we should avoid taking long positions. So, this is about ascending as well as descending CPR. Now, let's look at the type 5 and 6 inside and outside CPR. Now, what is the inside and outside CPR levels? Inside CPR is basically a harami candle. So, what is a harami candle? A candle which is totally inside previous candle is called as a harami candle. Same way, today's CPR is totally inside yesterday's CPR is called as inside CPR. Now, for example, let's say yesterday's CPR values are 100, 110 and 120. Now, today the CPR levels are very much smaller and it is totally inside this 100 to 120 levels. So, this is called as a inside CPR. So, inside CPR is almost equal to narrow CPR. Whenever there is a inside CPR, it will be a mostly narrow CPR day only. So, we can expect a trending market and we can look for directional trades. On the other hand, what is a outside CPR? Outside CPR is basically a engulfing candle. Now, what is a engulfing candle? Today's candle is totally hiding the previous candle is called as engulfing candle. Now, same way, today's CPR is totally hiding or engulfing yesterday's CPR is called as a outside CPR. Now, for example, let's say yesterday's CPR values are 100, 105 and 110. Now, these values are small yesterday. Now, let's say if today's values are uh, greater than these levels and it is totally hiding the previous CPR level, then it is called as outside CPR. Outside CPR is basically a white CPR. Most of the outside CPR will be a white CPR and we can anticipate a range bound market. On a outside CPR day, we can look for non-directional trade opportunities and we should probably avoid taking directional trades. So that's all about inside and outside CPR. Now let's look at the seventh type, trend reversal CPR. Now earlier we discussed about ascending CPR and descending CPR. On an ascending CPR, the candles should trade only above daily CPR. On the other hand, on a descending CPR, the candles should trade only below daily CPR. So this is the criteria for a ascending and descending CPR. Now, if the candles are trading below daily CPR on a ascending CPR day, it is called as a trend reversal CPR. Now, same way, on a descending CPR, if the candles are trading above the daily CPR, then it is called as a trend reversal CPR. So, this denotes the trend is changing. So, ascending CPR basically denotes a bullish trend. Since the candles are trading below the CPR, it signals the trend is changing from bullish trend to a bearish trend. Same way, descending CPR tells us that the overall trend is bearish. Now, when the candles are trading above a daily CPR, then it signals the trend is changing from bearish trend to a bullish trend. So, trend reversal CPR is very much useful for mean reversion traders. So, people who are looking for reversal trade opportunities can focus on trend reversal CPR. So, this is about trend reversal CPR. Now let's talk about the overlapping CPR. What is a overlapping CPR? Now let's say today's CPR levels and yesterday's CPR levels are overlapping each other. It should not be a inside CPR and it should not be a outside CPR. It should be overlapping each other. So whenever a overlapping CPR occurs, it will not be like a ascending CPR, it will not be like a descending CPR, it will not be like a inside CPR, and it will not be like a outside CPR. So it will be overlapping one another. So overlapping CPR always denotes a range bound market. So if you see a overlapping CPR in your charts, it's time to avoid directional trades and it's time to focus on non-directional trade opportunities. Now let's talk about the last type, virgin CPR. What is a virgin CPR? Now let's say yesterday the CPR is not touched by the candles, then yesterday's CPR is considered to be the virgin CPR. We can use the yesterday's virgin CPR today also by drawing a zone, and we can consider it as a point of reversal. So today, if the candles are coming towards this virgin CPR area, then we can anticipate a reversal. So why a virgin CPR occurs? Basically, virgin CPR occurs if the candles are not touching the CPR. Now, for example, yesterday the CPR was around 100, 110 and 120. And if there is a gap up opening and if the market is trading above CPR, then this CPR is called as virgin CPR. So because of the gap up opening, bulls are in tremendous control. So only the candles did not approach the CPR levels. CPR is basically a median line where both bulls and bears are having equal power. Since there is a gap up opening or a gap down opening, bulls or bears would be dominating that particular day. So there is no need of this median line. Hence, this median line will act as a virgin CPR for the next trading session. Now, the next trading session, we have to use that virgin CPR as a point of reversal. So, today, if the candles are approaching this virgin CPR, then we can expect the candles to bounce from that virgin CPR. On the other hand, if the candles are approaching the virgin CPR from the bottom, then we can anticipate a reversal and we can expect the prices to fall further. So basically, virgin CPR is a point of reversal. If the candles are breaking a virgin CPR, then it means virgin CPR is broken and we no need to follow the reversal trade. We can follow the directional trade itself. So, if the candles are reversing from virgin CPR, you can go for a reversal trade. On the other hand, if the candles are breaking the virgin CPR, then virgin CPR itself becomes invalid. So, that's all about virgin CPR. With this, we have completed all the types of CPR and we have also discussed how to decide the direction as per each and every types.